I love it. John just. Okay, I love it. Thank you so much. Okay, 10 minutes? Okay, I love it. Thank you.
Mic check for me. Yeah. All right, everybody, what we need y'all to do right now is get up, bring some energy, because it's time to start the Sisandra Show!
To the Sisandra Show. It's officially hump day.
Oh, yeah.
Woohoo! So y'all go ahead and get all comfy.
Yeah.
Grab that bubbly beverage.
Yeah.
And let's get this show started. Let's get it started. Woo! Y'all. So We the People is back on the mic, and today's lineup is straight up jaw-dropping. From the powerful to the petty, the headlines are wild, and we're here to make sense of the madness. So buckle up, because the truth doesn't come with a warning label. So let's get into We the People. Let's go, y'all. Woo! First story. So the feds just pulled up on Chicago's City Hall. The Department of Justice has launched an official investigation into Mayor Brandon Johnson, accusing him of possibly stacking his team with too many black folks. Well, actually, only black folks. The trigger, a church speech where Johnson proudly rattled off a list of top-level black appointees, deputy mayors, a budget director, COO, and a senior advisor. Yes, can I get a little praise music? So, instead of applause, y'all, it raised federal eyebrows. The Department of Justice says those public comments may point to racial favoritism, which could violate the Civil Rights Act of 1964. Wasn't they trying to get rid of that? Anyway, that's not the story. So the feds aren't saying that he's guilty, but they've got reasonable cause to dig deeper. And they brought the EEOC along for backup. Y'all know what that is, right? Go ahead, do it. Google. Go ahead and Google. Now they're looking into whether this wasn't just a top floor thing, but if black hiring preference ran through the entire building. A celebration of representation just turned into a civil rights investigation.
Oh, well. Oh, well.
So this is very interesting because I have a question. If we were to turn on the news or scroll through our feed and just typed in White House, who would we see in the room? Do we see any of us? I ain't seen not one, except that pastor that was acting like he was preaching Dr. Martin Luther King's speech, and that was just crazy. But besides that, y'all tell me how many black people have you seen in this administration? And yet the Department of Justice is coming after the mayor for making a comment about having black staff. It's very interesting. We'll see how it turns out.
They won't even let us have Chicago.
They don't want us to have Chicago?
No, that's all.
Chicago is predominantly what?
What? I don't know what you mean.
Forget it. Anyway, let's move on, y'all, to the next story.
Cold?
So let's say it's predominantly cold. I used to live there, so it is definitely cold. Full of culture. It's full of culture, y'all.
That's right.
So let's talk about this $400 million private jet from Qatar that just landed right in the middle of American politics. The Pentagon says the U.S. officially accepted a luxury Boeing 747-8 from Qatar's royal fleet. And rumor is it's being prepped as Trump's new Air Force One. Let's pause right there. A foreign country giving a president a private plane during an election year. Yeah, That's pretty wild. The plane will need $1 billion in taxpayer-funded upgrades.
Oh, you lost me now.
Just to meet Air Force One standards. But critics aren't just mad about the money. This could violate the Emoluments Clause, a rule that says U.S. officials can't, not maybe, it says U.S. officials can't accept gifts from foreign governments unless Congress signs off. No signature, no approval, just vibes and jet fuel. And yet, President Trump's team is moving like it's already his. Meanwhile, D.C. is side-eyeing the skies. What y'all got to say about that?
So is this his personal plane? Or
It's
like
going to replace
the
Air
official?
Force One.
So that's any president's plane.
Well,
It's our
it
plane.
should be, but people
That's our plane.
Yes, but people are saying that he's probably going to take it with him when he leaves.
He don't never want to leave.
That's another topic, Chris.
Okay.
So this is just very interesting yet again. And he was talking to a pool of press journalists, I think it was today or yesterday, and one of them questioned him about the jet from NBC. And y'all know it just went left. It went all left. All he said was, "You're horrible. NBC is the worst."
I gotta see
I
that.
was like,
I got to find that one.
"Gah!" Anyway, let's move on to this next subject because this man is determined that he's gonna get this jet. By the time he do all the fix-ups, it's gonna be $1.4 billion invested. Anyway, so y'all, Chris Brown
I got a little ahead of myself right there. Let's bring it back one more time. I got a little ahead of myself.
He ain't locked up no more, y'all. He got out. Chris Brown said, "What jail?"
Yeah.
And went straight from handcuffs to mic check. The mic was on. After being hit with a serious assault charge in the UK, things went left after that for him. So Breezy posted on Instagram like nothing happened. From the cage to the stage, BREEZYBOWL is what he said. Yup. That's his first statement since being granted a $6.7 million U.S. bail for allegedly busting a music producer over the head with a tequila bottle at a Manchester nightclub in 2023. The victim, Abe Diwa. The weapon of choice, Don Julio, 1942. It was a very good year.
This is hilarious.
That's a little circle. Like,
It was a very good year. Is that his song? Tell me who.
Yeah.
Child.
Yeah.
I don't know where them residuals gonna go after he just had to pay $4 million to get out. That's insane.
That's crazy.
It's insane.
They hate him. They hate him.
I mean,
Somebody hate
they
him.
just don't want him to be great.
But it's not that. Are you not blaming his team though? How you just fly back there?
Oh, somebody didn't do their work. Somebody did not do their homework because there is no way in the world that he could have all that staff and you let me get on my jet with my passport and did not find out if anything had happened with a case that happened 2 years ago.
Oh, y'all leaving this out. I didn't know this.
Oh, yes.
So I thought he did the crime this week.
No, he did
That's
it in
about 2 years
23.
ago.
See, and let me know something.
Cool.
Okay.
Now, if I know I busted somebody over the head
I ain't
with a
never
bottle
going
of
back.
Don Julio in 1942,
I ain't never going back.
I'm never going to go back until I find out if it's
Yeah.
okay. I need to answer questions.
Call the
I
queen,
need to
call
face
somebody.
the charges.
Yeah.
This man went to go on tour and his whole team just failed him. Everybody that was with him, y'all failed him because that's what you get paid for.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, so Brown hasn't entered a plea yet, but his court date is June 13th. And get this, his BREEZYBOWL tour kicks off June 15th in Manchester, same city. Just 2 days later, I would love to say that this is some kind of publicity thing, but I don't think it is at all.
I wish I could get some
And to
help
get
like
that
over here.
much bail from him, I think they're trying to get the money so they can pay that Abe guy for getting knocked over the head with the tequila bottle.
It's all gonna work out.
Because why you need that much money for a bail? And he has to turn his passport in to his manager, the one that didn't check to find out if he was in trouble in the first place.
Right.
So if he wants to go somewhere, he has to give it to his manager. And on top of that, they have to know where he's staying from now on until the case.
They know where he's staying. Everybody know where he's staying.
Everybody know where he is. Anyway, the message is clear. Charges pending or not, Breezy's booked and he's busy. Let's go on.
That's dope.
But if it's going on tour now, this is a whole different thing.
Yeah.
He
So
is on
$6.4
tour.
million comparing to a whole tour out there, this is not.
I mean, it's covered. He working for it
yeah,
right
that's
now.
what I'm saying.
so-
I think they're going there on purpose. Let him just get their charge regardless. But we're going to get this bag and come back home.
Oh, yeah.
So,
True. Now, check this out. Y'all remember the day before? He was saying free Tory. And then it changed to free Breezy. Free Breeze.
Shut.
Am I coming up? Bars! Don't y'all play with me
I
today.
see what you did there. That's
Okay,
all
you
dope.
see?
For Breezy.
For Breeze. Don't y'all be stealing it now. Don't steal it now. Listen, so he's in this other country. It's a beautiful country. I've been over there. I just don't see them being that way. Come on, y'all. What's going to happen? Anybody?
A little overcast.
Y'all, they did the same thing to Nicki Minaj. Y'all remember?
That's right.
Y'all remember when Nicki was coming off of her jet? And they said she had something in her purse?
She
And
had
it
a little
was a
Brittany
hot
Griner
sauce.
in her purse.
Stop it!
Okay.
She had Brittany.
A little Brittany Griner in
I'm
there.
done. But you know, it's so interesting. She did have something in her purse. They eventually let her go. But why are our stars being harassed? It's not something new, though.
Bruce Springsteen over there.
See, Bruce
ain't
didn't
getting
get
no
in
trouble.
trouble, though. He just got in trouble with Trump,
Yeah.
with President Trump. So the reason Bruce Springsteen was there, he was doing a concert, and then he made a comment about his country that he writes all these songs about, how much he loves it and how crazy it is. He called the administration now incompetent. What was the other words he used?
Oh, my gosh.
It was not good.
Treasonous.
They said they were treasonous and all of that stuff. And so President Trump said something to the effect of, let's see when you get back in this country. And that's a threat from the president. Anyway, with the free speech that we used to have needs to be monitored, y'all. Think about it before you speak. My mama used to say that all the time. Think before you speak, because things can be held against you. Obviously, whether you're in a court of law or not, you could be walking on the street and you can get in trouble. We're going to take a short break. We have an amazing guest with us today. Taj Mahal is in the house. Don't y'all go nowhere. We got a break coming up. It is not like any other break that you've ever known. This is a praise break. Come on for the culture. Woo! Come on. Hey. Sisaundra Show. Listen, today, y'all, we're about to hear a story of resilience, redemption, and transformation. From the unforgiving streets of Polk County to becoming one of the youngest national project directors. Our guest is living proof that no matter how hard life knocks you down, you can rise. He's faced rejection, homelessness, and adversity head on. And not only did he overcome it, but he turned his life into a mission to lift others up. Y'all, please welcome the man who proves that redemption is not a favor, it's a mindset, Mr. Taj Mahal. Ooh. Taj Mahal is here. Hello, sir. God bless you. Thank you so much. Please have a seat. Yes, we are so delighted to have you today. Thank you for joining us.
I appreciate you having me.
Indeed, indeed. Now, I don't normally do this with men, but can y'all please get a shoe cam on this man? Come on, get these shoes.
Razzle-dazzle.
When I tell you razzle-dazzle, I love it. Now, we have something in common. We may have a few things in common, but we're both from Polk County.
Better believe it.
When I tell you, when you talk about this, we ain't that kind of country. But I love it. We are definitely country. So, Taj, don't play with us. Stop passe. So, Taj, you were kicked out as a teenager. We want to dive into your story so we can cover as much as we can. Would you please share what led to that moment and how did you handle being forced to leave home?
It's crazy, man. Well, I'm the son of a Black Panther, so my dad was very militant, and that, on top of that, he was a Vietnam vet.
Wow.
So, you know, me being strong-headed and bull-headed, mixed with his alpha, you know, male, it pretty much put us in a position where we were bumping heads. So going out there, I discovered myself. Something that was meant to break me actually built me. Honestly, it's one of the reasons why I do what I do, because I wanted to become the voice that I needed in that time.
Wow.
You know, so that's pretty much what
That's a
inspired
great
me.
reason to be who you are. You wanted to fill that space, that emptiness that you didn't have, and make sure someone else could have it.
Exactly.
That's beautiful. So during your time being homeless, what did those days look like for you? Where did you go? How did you manage to survive on the streets?
Well, pillar to post. And I also have brothers who, unfortunately at the time, they were big hustlers. So I just tried to learn different things that was inappropriate at the time from them to kind of manage my way through. So I stayed at friends' house. I learned at an early age that women kind of like me, so I kind of used that, you know, to my advantage as well.
You ain't no shoes.
But I kind of used that to my advantage. But at the end of the day, I got an apartment at an early age as well. So, you know, that kind of helped me manage through.
And you're very independent at a young age.
Forced into it.
My goodness,
Forced
my
into it.
goodness. Now, Taj, you've described yourself as a menace during that time. What did that mindset look like, and how did it impact your choices and actions?
When you're taught survival, it's kind of hard to be rooted in love. It's kind of hard to understand. At an early age, I was taught how to survive. I was never taught how to live, how to remain alive, how to flourish in that, you know? So I think at some point you got to get to a point where you are sick of just existing. You know, you're sick of just getting by, you know?
Yes.
You got to use your burden, your pain, and your trauma. It has to be a footstool for you.
Yes.
You know, so at that point I decided was it going to define the rest of my life, or would it become a defining moment for me?
And you made the enemy of your existence your footstool.
You better believe it.
You better come on now.
better
So you went from a place of hopelessness to building a successful career. Was there a defining moment or person that helped shift your perspective and changed your trajectory?
Yeah, there's a couple of situations. One in particular, the last criminal charge I caught, I went up to the podium to hear the judge announce my charges, and the state attorney was my classmate.
Oh, wow.
To see somebody have that kind of power over my life in her hand, and it also was a wake-up call, because at that stage in my life, I was living reckless, and this is somebody who chose the right path. So that gave me hope that there was different options. Also, at that moment, I stopped allowing society to choke God out of me.
Ooh.
Choke the God out of me. So pretty much identifying who I was and who I was destined to become.
Because that was the ram in the bush for you.
Exactly, yeah.
She being your attorney, was it a guy or a girl?
It was a girl.
A girl who was your classmate.
Yes.
And God placed her there and got you out of trouble.
She actually got me out of trouble.
That sounds like a
She
ram
tapped
in the
me.
bush to me.
She tapped me. She said, Don't worry about it.
Wow.
So that kind of autonomy, that kind of government, and having that kind of control is something I yearn for.
Yes.
You know, so I made sure I positioned myself from that point on to be in that kind of position.
That's so awesome. That's so awesome. Yeah. Can you tell us what was the hardest part about rebuilding your life from the ground up after such difficult times?
I think the thing that people don't tell you is when you're trying to do right, you're going to have to go through rock bottom. Now, you have to decide if rock bottom is going to be your foundation for what you're trying to do. So I remember when I first turned legit, I pursued a career as an independent contractor. And I applied for the state licensure. And when I applied for the licensure, the state of Florida actually denied me. So at that time, I had to decide, was it going to be delayed and not denied? Was my no going to turn into my next opportunity? So I got a whole bunch of preachers and businessmen to actually give me a character letter
I love it.
To get an appeal. So when that happened and I got into the industry, that's when I came in there with my fire was lit, you know, and it started burning. So, and that's how I ended up developing over 60 independent contractors to turn into six-figure earners.
That's amazing. That's amazing. And when I tell you just the whole idea of you were searching and wanted to put something in the atmosphere that you didn't have, and when you needed it most, God gave you all of these people to write letters for you to say, hey, he's a good guy.
Because they didn't have to do that.
They didn't have to do it. When I tell you, that's amazing. Very amazing. So you faced rejection after trying to get your contractor's license. How did you deal with that frustration?
Honestly, man, at that point, I wasn't going to take no for an answer, so it wasn't really frustrating. I literally knew that my time was going to come. I knew that the season that I was moving in, and so it was just about being patient. I think one of the problems I had was always wanting microwavable results and wanting quick money and quick results. So at that time, I had already made a conscious decision to take my time, and I don't give a damn if I got to walk around the wilderness 40 years, I was going to get to the promised land.
You better come on.
So.
Yes, that's what's up. Now let's talk about this Presidential Achievement Award. That's huge. You've created opportunities. Look at this. Yes! You've created opportunities for others to achieve six-figure incomes, as you said. What drives you to help others succeed? And what do you think it takes for someone to truly change their lives?
Well, in my sessions, when I coach somebody, I'm not coaching you for a position that you want. I'm coaching you to become who you need to be to attract the position that you want. Not only that, the reason I won the award is because I deal with convicts. So I go into the prisons, and it's the same thing I tell them. Law number 25 of the 48 Laws of Power, you have to recreate yourself.
You better stop.
You know, you have to recreate yourself. So when they come out, they're looking at the careers because we're eliminating all of the excuses that they may have. You need housing, we got it. You need transportation, we have it. You need toiletries, we have it. We put you into programs that'll help you make a sustainable income. But if you don't change your mind, that money is going to be used for times 10 of what you did before. You get what I'm saying? So for me, it's just about helping them reinvent themselves, deprogram to reprogram who they're supposed to be in this world.
Now, you just mentioned a book that I'm telling you, we were literally just upstairs today. I have the audio book,
that right?
The 48 Laws of Power.
Books.
When I tell you that book is so amazing, what in that book made you say, this is what I need to pivot my life, or this is the guide for me?
There was a couple. Two laws that I live by for sure is law number 4, which is always say less than necessary. I don't overspeak. I don't tell people my dreams or my goals until it comes to fruition. Come on. Unless it's my closest compadre, my boy Steve, sitting in the crowd.
I love it.
But also on top of that, law number 10, which is something I implemented when I moved away from Polk County, is avoid the unhappy and the unlucky. The company you keep will either lift you up or tear you down.
Yes.
So it wasn't their fault because they attracted to me because our lifestyles were similar when we met. But where I was trying to go and how I need to dress up to become that person, I could not entertain the same stimuli and the same people around me.
Some people got to go, right?
They got to go.
I call it scaffolding.
You better believe it.
As you're building, you got to let it fall off. And the people that were there that helped you get to this point, they can't be there anymore as you are going up. But you're grateful because you couldn't have made it without them.
Exactly.
But some people just can't continue to go with you.
Exactly.
Now that you've shared with us your story, I'd love to hear what you'd say to the younger Taj Mahal, please.
Man, I would say recognize your divinity. I tell people all the time, I praise God and I praise the God in me. You know, understanding that I would say that it is searching for external approval when you already should have internal conviction.
Ooh.
You get what I'm saying? So for me, I don't let anybody deter me from my mission. I literally believe it's assigned, aligned, divine. Period. So for me, I would tell the younger one, take your time, drive slow. You don't have to get there fast. I would also, there were certain gifts that I had that I pretty much, you know, I would pretty much put to the side because I was focused on something else that looked like it was what it was supposed to be. Just take your time.
Take your time.
Take your time.
Take your time. Be still.
Be still.
Know that he is God.
You better believe it.
Yes. It's been such a pleasure sitting here speaking with you. Thank you so much. You are an inspiration to so many, and you will be an inspiration to so many in the future. To all of our viewers, thank y'all so much for tuning in. We will be back here tomorrow at the same time. Y'all be right here with us for the culture. Get us out of here.
All right.
Mr. Taj Mahal.
All right. Let's do it, y'all. Come on, come on, come on. Let's just scan that QR code at the bottom of your screen. Because we've got so much more exclusive content for you right here, only on the Sisandra Show. Thanks so much for tuning in and hanging out on the beautiful Camarosa set. And thanks so much for hanging with our amazing guests. So until next time, we'll all be right here waiting on you and ready for you, only on the Sisandra Show.